Hey cuties, PeachY here. Welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have more Monster High tea to talk about, but this one's extra hot, bizarre, and questionable. From a potential G1 crossover multiverse scenario to Joshua Bassett voicing a Torlai Stripe relative and more returning characters. So much to talk about, so stay tuned and let's get into it. Now, if you are wondering what am I talking about, this is crazy talk, what is happening, don't worry, I got you covered. This all started when people started noticing the IMDb page for the Monster High animated series. I guess it just got published or whatever, or updated, and amongst these updates we have again these nuggets of tea and a bunch of stuff has been revealed that again maybe it's also not even real or legit. Perhaps it's, you know, unconfirmed, we don't know. IMDb is not always like the most reliable source, but it's there for a reason. I feel like some of them more and then some of them maybe less. But let's start from the beginning. So when you open the IMDb page for this Monster High animated series, this is what it shows. The description is very basic, and then there's like top credits. Then we get to the episodes, the number of episodes, season and release year. We already knew all of those things. We already knew like the amount of episodes we were gonna get, so that's not really necessarily news. Under that, we also have new pictures that we will get into later. Some of them are really nice, and we get some new poses for our characters. And then under that, we get the top cast. And then wouldn't you know it, one of the first faces that pops up in this lineup is Mr. Joshua Bassett, voicing a new character called Salem Stripe. And then it shows the amount of episodes that they are in, apparently. But that's also kind of like doesn't really work out because it shows us the same amount on every character, even Claudine, which I mean you would think Claudine is like in all the episodes, so maybe that's not necessarily like correct, but this is raising questions. Now when you go to the actual list of the series cast, which it says there's 18 cast members, we have Kayla Cromer playing Twyla. Again, says 2 episodes. I'm not going to pay attention to that number of episodes anymore because it really doesn't line up contextually, logically, it doesn't make sense. Then we have Adu Paten as G1 Gulia Yelps. Now we'll get into that in a second with the whole G1. There's some G1 thrown into here, and it's, yeah, again, we'll get into that. But next up, then we also have Joshua Bassett playing Salem Stripe. Who is this character? It's obviously someone related to Torlai Stripe, and you would probably think maybe it's like a older brother, or maybe it's like a younger sibling. I don't know. It could be a sibling, you know, sister, brother. It could be either way. Or it also could be maybe, I don't know, maybe not a relative of Torlai Stripe, because she doesn't even really use the Stripe surname. On the box, everywhere, she's only called Torlai, not Torlai Stripe. So I guess it's weird. Maybe she's, I don't know, maybe like half siblings. It could be, I don't know. I'm more like still baffled that they got Joshua Bassett to have a role in this show. I mean, like, that's just impressive because, you know, Joshua Bassett is more like a Disney person. Like, they've worked in like a bunch of Disney projects, not necessarily Nickelodeon stuff. So this is just very interesting. And again, this might also not even be true. I don't know. I feel like it could be, I'm like 90% sure it could be real. And then I'm also like, take it with a grain of salt. You know, it might also not just, might just be like a fake, like a prank, someone, yeah, I don't know. So it might not be real, but I mean, it could be real. But so I do think that even maybe if it's not Joshua Bassett who's voicing this character, then maybe this character will still be in the show, but it's just going to be voiced by someone else. Because I feel like Salem Stripe sounds like a pretty legit name that would be like in a Monster High scenario story. And I do also believe the fact that there's a new character involved here, because of course there's going to be new characters in this new generation of Monster High. So I mean, honestly, it would be awesome to see Joshua, you know, do this role, but I just don't know if it's like realistic. I mean, obviously, again, we're seeing this on the website for a reason. You know, it's not just there because of a glitch, but I also feel like we should take it, you know, it could be false. I don't know. I feel like it's too good to be true. It just feels like a little bit too, you know, far-fetched. But again, could be real, and I feel like that would be very exciting as well. It could get many more viewers interested, definitely, because he is such a big, you know, personality. And then we have Navia Ziraili Robinson as Helene Wolf. Now, if you remember, in a previous video where I already talked about the new additions for the animated series, which that video is unlisted now because the concept art that I showed in that video of Abby and Claude turned out to be real, that it was legit. And if you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't and you want to watch the video, the link is in the community, in my latest community post, so just check that community post out, and then the link will be there and you can watch the video. But I had to unlist it because I didn't want to risk maybe Mattel, you know, seeing my video, taking it down, getting myself a copyright strike, and then my, you know, game over, my channel is gone. So it's unlisted. It's there if you want to see it. Community post, again, check it out. But back to Howleen. So in that video, I mentioned that Victoria T. Washington, we saw on the post of Shia Fontana, who is the like the director, like they lead the TV. They are the lead. They are the, oh my god, how do you call it? The TV show, the show writer for this animated series. So they know their stuff. So they wrote that Victoria T. Washington was voicing Howleen, but then now here, this is someone else. So what is happening? Did they switch voice actors that quickly for Howleen, or is it two different Howleen characters? Because the Howleen in the post, and she wrote Howleen, not Howleen Wolf. Now here on IMDb it says Howleen Wolf with the Wolf, the surname. So I don't know what's happening here. Could be a mistake, could be different character, could be like G1 version, but there's no G1 here, so it's not titled G1. So I don't know what's happening. This is so confusing. Maybe it's an old casting choice and they haven't updated it to the new one that we saw in the post. So I don't know, y'all, but this is very confusing, and we're just gonna move on. And then we see more G1 in front of characters. So Debbie Derryberry is voice acting the original Draculaura, Kate Higgins the original Frankenstein, and then Sally Safiotti is voice acting both Claudine Wolf and Cleo and Nile. Now, why is there a G1 in front of all these character, you know, names? What is happening? Is this seriously gonna be like a multiverse of madness situation? Like, what is it? It's very like baffling and very like exciting, but also like kind of ridiculous. Like, what is this for real? Like, it sure looks like it, because we heard rumors, you know, a couple months ago, but we weren't never really sure. We had no evidence. But I mean, if there's any evidence, this is the evidence we need. I mean, it's literally on IMDb, and I don't know. Again, I mean, it might be fake, might be not real, but I mean, the voice actress Debbie Derryberry herself, I don't remember where specifically, but like on Twitter or on Instagram, they replied to like a comment from someone asking if there's going to be like representation from the original ghouls, and then she said something about like, you know, you never know what's coming. So the voice actors have hinted towards a crossover kind of situation. So, and now us seeing these voice actors reprising their roles, I mean, it sure looks like it could happen, a crossover or a multiverse kind of situation. I don't know how it would happen, like story-wise, like how would they get introduced? How would they even land in the Generation 3 Monster High world? Like, how would that happen? But it doesn't have to make sense, I guess. It's just so exciting that they might even just come back, you know. It's so exciting, and I assume Laguna is also going to come back, the original voice actress. I really hope she does, if this is like a real thing that's going to happen. And I just think it's so insane, but a good insane. Like, this could be big. This could be huge, you guys. A crossover with the original ghouls and the new ghouls. I mean, damn, just imagining that would be insane. That would be so cool. And again, I'm just really excited and interested to see like how would they introduce it to the story. for the animated series. And like, how many episodes would it be? Would it just be like the start of the season, the end of the season? Would it just be like a special situation? I don't know, but this is big. We have Tony Rivolori as Deuce Gorgon. We already knew that. And then we have two more voice actors here that are kind of stick out, and they're kind of mysterious to me. So we have Cupcake as Cupid, and then we have Zoe Clement as Sassy Saturn. Sassy Saturn is, I guess, a new character, and it could be real, could be not. I feel like Sassy Saturn is just like a very random name. Like, why would you name a character Sassy and then Saturn, especially if it's like a Monster High thing where everything's monster themed? Sassy Saturn doesn't really give me a spooky vibe, especially also because, like, what would the monster be themed after? Planets? That doesn't make sense. But okay, anyways, guess it doesn't have to make sense. It could be an alias, it could be like a nickname, but still, like, Sassy Saturn, does that really sound legit to you? It doesn't sound legit to me. And then we have Cupcake as Cupid. First of all, is that really their name? I mean, I get it, no judgment. My name is Peach. It's weird out there, you know, people are named after fruits and things you eat. You know, you never know. But like, Cupcake, really? I feel like there's so many like controversial figures that are named Cupcake, and I just feel like, is this one of them? I don't know. Anyways, Cupid could be C.A. Cupid, could be a new character called Cupid. No clue. I feel like out of these two, they're both fishy for different reasons, and both of them basically because of the names sounding weird and looking weird, and just these two definitely could be fake. Then the rest of the voice actors here are things we already knew. They've already got announced officially a while ago, so these are not new things. But what's interesting to me is that, going back to the post of Jey Fontana, the TV show writer for this animated series, you know, on their post they wrote that there's more additions to the voice cast, but those additions of Dracula, you know, but Dracula, Manny, Finnegan, those additions are not included here, even though they are officially announced now by the show writer themselves. So that's interesting. Why? Again, I don't know. That's also like a fishy little thing to me, that makes this look more like fake. But again, it might just be like a thing where it's like not updated, or it's just not set in stone. I don't know. This is all like really like up in the air. Like, nothing's really, I feel like I don't know anything for sure right now. Lastly, we do also have the new picture that I mentioned at the very start of the video. So here we have I guess almost like a thumbnail for like a Monster High video of the three ghouls. They look really cute here. And then here we have kind of like a banner for like the YouTube channel of Monster High with all the characters and new poses. I love Cleo's pose, Frankie's little the electric arm flying away. Even Heath is here, and you know, people hate Heath, so you know, he's still here for some reason. So the pictures look great, and honestly can't wait to see more. But yeah, that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up if you did. Leave me any thoughts or questions you may have down below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more Monster High doll news, animated show news, movie news, a bunch more content coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the loyalty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.